Welcome to our quick dive into the history of all American presidents. From the birth of a nation to today, 46 individuals have led the United States. In 10 minutes, we'll cover key highlights of each presidency, explore their triumphs, tribulations, policies, and legacies. Join me, Tony Suavo, on this extraordinary journey through American leadership. The United States, newly emerged from revolution, looked to George Washington. He set precedents, shaping the nation's course. After 2 terms, he relinquished power, cementing peaceful transitions in American democracy. John Adams, a fiery orator and advocate for independence, became the nation's second president. His presidency saw the young nation grapple with its place on the world stage. Thomas Jefferson, the wordsmith of liberty, penned the Declaration of Independence, inspiring the world. As president, he orchestrated the Louisiana Purchase, expanding the nation's territory. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, brought his intellect and commitment to democracy to the presidency. He skillfully navigated the War of 1812, preserving the nation's independence. James Monroe's presidency ushered in an era of westward expansion and solidified America's global presence. The Monroe Doctrine declared American hegemony in the Western Hemisphere, shaping foreign policy for generations. Monroe's vision laid the groundwork for America's ascent as a global power. John Quincy Adams, son of the second president, brought intellectual rigor and political acumen to the office. A strong advocate for education and modernization, Adams envisioned a nation at the forefront of progress. Despite political battles, his commitment to national unity left an enduring legacy. Andrew Jackson, war hero and champion of the common man, ushered in populism and democratic expansion. His controversial presidency saw the rise of the Democratic Party and expanded suffrage. Martin Van Buren, a shrewd political operator and key architect of the Democratic Party, faced the daunting task of navigating the Panic of 1837 during his presidency. His commitment to democratic principles remained steadfast. William Henry Harrison's presidency, the shortest in American history, highlights the fragility of life and leadership. His death, 31 days into his term, left a void and raised questions about power transfer. Harrison's brief tenure underscores the importance of succession planning. John Tyler, the first vice president to assume the presidency due to his predecessor's death, faced skepticism from his own party. His presidency, marked by political battles, set the stage for the Civil War. Tyler's legacy highlights the evolving role of the vice presidency. James K. Polk, a staunch expansionist, led the nation through the Mexican-American War, expanding U.S. territory. His presidency revealed growing sectional tensions over slavery. Zachary Taylor, a hero of the Mexican-American War, brought his military experience to the presidency. His sudden death after 16 months underscored the fragility of life and the importance of a smooth transition of power. Millard Fillmore, the last Whig president, supported the Compromise of 1850, delaying the inevitable Civil War. Franklin Pierce's presidency saw rising tensions over slavery, pushing the nation closer to civil war. James Buchanan's presidency saw the Union unravel as tensions over slavery peaked, leading to the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, guided the nation through the Civil War, issuing the Emancipation Proclamation. Andrew Johnson, Lincoln's successor, faced Reconstruction. His lenient policies led to clashes and impeachment. Ulysses S. Grant, Civil War hero, became president. His terms faced scandal and economic turmoil, but he remained committed to protecting freed slaves' rights. Rutherford B. Hayes's presidency began under controversy, decided by a contested electoral commission. His decision to end Reconstruction marked a turning point in American history. James A. Garfield's presidency was cut short after 6 months when he was assassinated. His death shocked the nation and led to calls for civil service reform. Chester A. Arthur, Garfield's vice president, became president after Garfield's assassination and embraced civil service reform. The Pendleton Act established a merit-based system for government jobs. Arthur's presidency shows unexpected leadership and positive change. Grover Cleveland, the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms, championed limited government and fiscal conservatism. Benjamin Harrison, grandson of William Henry Harrison, served a term between Cleveland's presidencies. His term saw the Sherman Antitrust Act. Grover Cleveland's second term faced the Panic of 1893. His controversial reliance on gold reserves helped stabilize the economy. Cleveland's term highlights the challenges of economic hardship. William McKinley's presidency marked a turning point as America emerged from the Gilded Age, embracing its role as a global power. The Spanish-American War propelled the U.S. onto the world stage. Theodore Roosevelt, McKinley's vice president, became president after McKinley's assassination, ushering in the Progressive Era. Known for trust-busting, conservation, and the Panama Canal, Roosevelt expanded presidential power. His big stick diplomacy shaped U.S. foreign policy. William Howard Taft, Roosevelt's successor, struggled to live up to his predecessor. After leaving office, Taft served as Chief Justice. Woodrow Wilson, elected on neutrality, led the nation through World War I. His League of Nations dream failed. Warren G. Harding's presidency promised a return to normalcy after World War I, but his administration was plagued by scandal. Harding's sudden death left his legacy tarnished and raised questions about his administration's integrity. Calvin Coolidge, Harding's vice president, became president after Harding's death. Known for his taciturn demeanor, Coolidge led the Roaring Twenties. Herbert Hoover, a successful engineer and businessman, entered the White House with a reputation for competence. His presidency was soon engulfed by the Great Depression, the worst economic crisis in American history. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, elected during the Great Depression, transformed America with his New Deal programs. Harry S. Truman, Roosevelt's vice president, assumed the presidency upon Roosevelt's death. His decision to use atomic bombs ended World War II and defined his legacy. Dwight D. Eisenhower, Supreme Allied Commander in World War II, brought military experience to the presidency. His presidency ended the Korean War, built the interstate highway system, and launched the space race. Eisenhower's farewell address warned of the military-industrial complex's influence. His leadership built a modern nation. John F. Kennedy's presidency, tragically cut short, captivated the nation with youthful idealism. The Cuban Missile Crisis showed Kennedy's resolve. His space race commitment inspired a generation. Kennedy's legacy is hope and progress. Lyndon B. Johnson, Kennedy's vice president, assumed the presidency after Kennedy's assassination. He pushed through the Great Society programs, but his presidency was consumed by the Vietnam War. Richard Nixon's presidency had significant foreign policy achievements but was marred by the Watergate scandal, eroding public trust. Gerald Ford, Nixon's vice president, became president after Nixon's resignation, aiming to restore public faith. Jimmy Carter, former Georgia governor, campaigned as an outsider, promising honesty and integrity. His presidency faced foreign and domestic challenges. Ronald Reagan, former actor and California governor, led a conservative resurgence and ended the Cold War. George H.W. Bush, Reagan's vice president, continued many of Reagan's policies. His decision to lead a coalition to liberate Kuwait in the Gulf War cemented his legacy. Bush's presidency was marked by foreign policy realism. Bill Clinton, former governor of Arkansas, ushered in economic prosperity. His New Democrat approach focused on growth, welfare reform, and free trade. However, his presidency was tarnished by scandal, including impeachment. George W. Bush's presidency was shaped by the September 11th attacks. He launched the War on Terror, invading Afghanistan and Iraq. Bush's decisions remain highly controversial. Barack Obama, the first African-American president, inspired the nation with hope and change. His presidency saw the Affordable Care Act and the end of the Iraq War. Donald J. Trump, a real estate mogul and reality TV star, stormed into the White House. His presidency was marked by controversy and remains deeply polarizing. Joe Biden, Barack Obama's vice president, assumed the presidency after a tumultuous election. His focus on unity and bipartisanship resonates with many Americans. And there you have it, a quick journey through the history of American presidents. Their stories offer valuable lessons about leadership and democracy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.